Okay, so good day and God bless to each and every one. So today, together with my group mates, Mr. Nathaniel Suan and Darlene Viterbo, so we are going to discuss to you the animal production. So raising animals is not only a source of meat which is rich in protein for family consumption, but it also provides livelihood for the family. So makahatag siyang trabaho wherein maka-earn ang usa ka family or usa ka pamilya, no? So first, let us discuss the possibilities of raising poultry and livestock. So animal production includes the raising of poultry. So when we say poultry, it is all about manukan, no? Swine, babuyan, cattle, kanang mga baka, goat is for the kambingan, and rabbit. So we have here the benefits derived from animal raising. So when we say benefits, so unsay atong makuha nga benepisyo sa pag-atiman or himo ani or pag-raise ani nga mga animals. So first, in poultry production. So home-based enterprise through which a family can earn a good income. So pwede siya mahimong business sa balay, no? Wherein kwarta ang usa ka tagbalay. Second one is chicken grow and mature fast, meaning ang mga manok daw is dali ra mo dagko at the same time is dali ra mo matigulang. The last one is eggs are good sources of nutrients such as protein and iron. So naa siya complete source of protein and iron as they contain, no, nag-contain siya og all 9 essentials of amino acids nga maka-benefit sa atoa when it comes when it comes in our body, no? Then the second one is swine raising. So fast turnover of capital hog fattening takes only 150 to 180 days. Therefore, return of investment is expected in just 6 months. So in just 6 months, so mabalik sa ang imuang capital, no? In just 6 months, mahibal-an nimo og naabay development, no? Ang imuang gibugna nga business. So the third one is cattle raising, kanito mga baka. So need not much attention like poultry and swine raising. So dili siya pareha sa poultry and swine raising na buntag udto hapon kailangan ma-monitor nimo sila og mapakaon nimo sila, mapainom nimo sila, no? Kay kaning baka is okay ra nga itigway nimo sa sulod sa imo ang gihimo nga farm. So nga where daghan og it is very grassy field nga wherein makakaon sila, no? The second one is good source of milk and meat, no? Favorite good ginako ng baka. Then cattle are also working animals, to multi-purpose kay siya nga animals kay makahatag siya milk, meat, at the same time makatabang siya sa imua sa mga trabaho nga pangbukid. So the last one is only requires the fins, no? Kailangan ra niya is coral or hawan kayo nga field wherein di coral nimo the pasture. So when we see the pasture, so it is a large grassy field wherein they can graze on the grass, no? Dito sila makakaon dito sila makakaon og mga grass. So the fourth one is goat raising. So they can supply milk and meat. So a female goat has a lifespan of 12 years and can give birth of 4 to 10 kids. So grabe kay siya ka profitable or grabe kay siya ka makatabang sa to kay dako kay siya mahatag, taas kay siya kinabuhi at the same time dako pud siya mahatag o daghan pud siya mahatag nga iya ang mga anak wherein mas lindot og managhan sila. The last one is rabbit raising. So they can supply meat and skin. So rabbits are prolific breeders and resistant to diseases. So when we say prolific, so they have an ability to prevent or reduce diseases. So maka-fight sila sa mga sakit nga moabot sa ilaa. The last one is can be raised in a small space with inexpensive equipment, meaning dili parehas atong cattle raising nga kailangan hawan gid siya para mas mabuhi siya tarong. Kay kaning rabbit pwede ra siya or nag-require or pwede ra siya sa small space og dili pud ingon nga mga pangdato or mga expensive nga mga equipment. So here are the important factors that we consider or to consider in selecting the kind of animals to raise for backyard or commercial production. So first is the capital needed. So kailangan i-consider gyud nato ang capital nga ato ang kailangan sa pag-build ana nga business. Dili siya ingon nga gamay, dili pud siya ingon nga dako. Dapat in between gid ka wherein ma-cover up nimo tanang gasto kunon, no? Dili pud siya ingon nga dako kay ug mabankrupt dili sakit, no? Ay dili siya ingon nga dako kay og dako siya nga capital tapos mabankrupt ka sakit kay paminahon, di ba? Tapos dapat dito juga mag-start sa capital wherein ma-cover up niya tanang imong gastuhonon tapos dili pud siya ingon nga dako kaayo nga maot kay mag-start og business nga dako kay ang capital kapag mabankrupt sakit sa kasing-kasing, di ba? So the second one is site and housing requirements. So dapat pag maghimo ka og mga sheds nila, so dapat na jud nay permit, no? Permit sa gobyerno tapos ang site nga imo ang piliun is demand pud siya sa usa ka community. The third one is availability of animal breed to raise. So dapat og unsa toy available nga mabuhi diri sa atoang country which is the Philippines, mao pud imong buhion alangang mubuhi kag alangag mubuhi kag wolf nga didto ra man na mabuhi sa laing country, no? The fourth one is feeds, medicine and labor cost. So ma-relate ra siya sa first factors which is the capital needed kay pag wala kay capital dili ka makapalit og mga tambal, medicine, mga pagkaon nila, no? Ang imo pang isweldo sa magbantay, isweldo sa magtrabaho, di ba? The fifth one is the market demand. So dapat kana nga imo ang ginabuhat or kana imo ang gibugna nga business is market demand siya, no? Demand siya sa katawhan. And the last one is peace and order in the location. So dapat mamili gyud kag location nga wherein peace og dili siya ingon nga permi gagubat kay like for example magbugna kag business sa Marawi tapos wala kay sure og kanos ang mag-anana, di ba? So dili gyud mahimong sustainable ang imong business kay sige man kag transfer because of the dili siya linaw nga lugar. So let's proceed with the lesson 2 which is the ideal site for animal production. So selection of the farm site is an important decision for the farmer since relocation of animal sheds is laborious and expensive. So when we say laborious, it is very very hard, difficult, expensive gasto kay siya. So that's why kailangan mo choose gyud ta og dindot og sakto nga site nga ato ang pagahimuon or ato ang locate para pagahimuan nato og business. So the following are the factors to consider in selecting site of an animals. First is choose a place that is accessible to a market where demand for meat and egg is high. So what I have said ganiya, didto ka mangita og mga site or mangita kag site wherein accessible siya sa market og demand pud siya sa katawhan. Like for example, ang imo ang gibuhi sa Marawi is babuyan. Tapos it is very clear nga ang demand gyud didto sa mga katawhan is baka or kanding. So dili siya mahalin or dili mo lambo ang imong business kay wala man ka consider sa or wala man ka nagpili og sakto nga site or sakto nga hayop nga imo ang buhion nga dili man siya mo fit sa imo ang gipili nga location dapat ug unsa tong demand sa market, demand sa katawan, mao pud imong buhion or mao pud imong buhian, ay mao pud imo ang pilion nga site para erase nimo ang usa ka erase nimo ang animals. The second one is farms must be near the roads, no? So the condition of the road nearness of the farm to market and availability of public vehicle will determine the cost of the transportation rather. So dapat duol ang imo ang himuon nga farm is duol siya sa kalsada para malesen para magamay ang imo ang di na ka magproblema sa gastoonon nimo when it comes in transportation. Like for example, ang imo ang gihimo nga farm is naa jud sa as in sa bungtod nga motabok pa kag pila ka suba, tabok pa ka. So it is very expensive no kay mag abang pa ka nagkabayo, mag-abang pa ka og mga sakyanan para lang ma-produce o para lang mabaligya nimo na nga animal. So dili na siya ingon nga sakto or dapat dili na to na i-consider. Ang i-consider gyud nato is mas lindot gyud tong site wherein duol siya sa kalsada. So the third one is there should be an available supply of good breed strain of stocks, good quality and reasonably feed and food supplement and medicine. So dapat or mas lindot gyud tong duol ka sa market or duol ka sa syudad or mas para og naay kulang nga mga medicine mas dali or mga supplement food supplements so dali ra ka makaproduce kay dili pa man kamo tabok og pila ka dagat char lang. So the fourth one is the land must be well drained. So kailangan dili pud siya ingon nga lapok kayo as in kulang kayo og duha ra ka balde para mahimong dagat or mahimong suba. Dapat well drained gyud siya no. Kanang matapakan ra pod og dili pod siya ingon nga gahi kaayo no dili kay siya ingon nga rough kaayo ang iyang kuan. So the fifth one is the size of the population in the community and its probable increase should be considered. So ang population sa usa ka community nga imo ang pagahimuan ana is dapat i-consider nimo nga ikaw nga businesswoman. Like for example, nagbuhi ka drag manukan or nagbuhi ka drag kandingan tapos ang imo ang community or ang imo ang gitukuran ang imo ang gitukuran sa imong business is pulo ra ka tawo or pulo ra ka household no dili makakuan baka would you think nga maka mulambo ba na or mo dako ang imong business dili dapat didto gyud ka or mo consider gyud ka sa population sa usa ka community. So the last one is there should be enough space for future expansion. So importante kaayo no kay like for example dapat naagid kay extra space para sa future expansion nimo. Like for example imo ang nagbaligya og kag manukan tapos nakita nimo ang development ka lindot siya so magdungag na pug kag another shades or magbuhat na pug kag another pasture. So dapat nagyoy space para ato. So let's proceed with the lesson 3. So poultry raising. So the term poultry refers to domestic fowls such as chicken, ducks, turkeys, and geese raised for the meat and eggs. So the poultry has become a lucrative. So when we say lucrative, it is a very profitable and popular enterprise, no? Halinon siya because of the demand of an increasing population. So we have here the chicken. So there are 3 types of the chicken according to the purpose. First is the egg type. So when we say egg type, it is or these are the chicken raised to produce eggs only for the market. So ginahimo ni sila para rapod sa purpose nga makaproduce og eggs. So like for example, a white leghorn which has a good layer of eggs. So kaning picture no inani mao na yang example. Ginabuhi or gibuhi na sila para rapod mag-produce og eggs. So ang lindot nga example or the best example for that is this white leghorn kay naa man siya or puti kay ni siya og kanang itlog, no? So the second one is the meat type. So the chicken of this type are raised to be sold, no, for their meat. Meaning, para ra pud ni siya sa karne, pangkarne. Kani nga mga manok is para pud siya sa pangkarne. An example for that is this. Kani nga picture, no? Og sa kuan pa is kabir. Oh, mostly bitaw share ko lang. Mostly bitaw pag magkanduri or mag party ang usa ka Muslims or ang mga Muslims, so mas ganahan or mas prefer or mas ganahan jud sila og mga inani kaning arbor acres which are sold as broiler, no, kani kabir. So the third type of the chicken is the general purpose of type. So when we say general, so these breeds have the characteristics of both egg and meat breed. So multi-purpose siya. So from the word general, so naa siya ibaligya ni sila for the karne at the same time para po sa mga egg production. Okay, so let's proceed with the ducks. So we have here the types of ducks according to the purpose. First is the fancy type. These are raised by breeders for show or exhibition. So an example for this is large Peking duck. So kanino sa kaning tunga. So ginaalagaan na sila or gina-raise na sila is ang ilarang purpose is for the exhibition rapod. And the second one is egg type, good layer duck. So an example for that is mallard duck or itik is also known as Pateros duck. So kani pud tong nagaproduce og mga egg wherein ang kanang like for example kanang mga katudaghan egg og kanang sabalot bitaw. So the last one is dual purpose type. So from the word itself dual, so general, no, murag parehas siya sa katong chicken nga general purpose type nga both eggs and karne pod ang iya ang ma-produce. Okay, so I hope nakasabot mo or naamoy na sabtan na learn ani nga discussion. So that's all. Thank you.
Hello, good day and God bless everyone, especially to my beloved instructor, Sir Neil Smart. Good day to you, sir. So we are the fourth reporter, and for today's video, we are going to discuss about the animal production together with my group mates, Hanipa Diamla and Darlene Viterbo. So since Hanipa Diamla was already discussed the poultry raising, and now let us proceed to my assigned topic, which is breeds of swine and cattle. So shall we start? So there is no best bred of pigs to raise. Each bred has its own strengths and weaknesses. Therefore, there is an ideal bred of a certain purpose. Good bred, when supplied with nutritious feeds and managed well, ensure maximum productivity, and there are several standard breeds of swine commonly raised in the world today. These are the lard or ham type, the bacon type, and the intermediate type. So, according to the module, that there is no perfect or there is no best bred of pigs to raise because there are different kinds of weaknesses and strengths. But bisan sa inana, therefore, there is an ideal bred of a certain purpose. Isang tuod na sila ang mga uban ng mga baboy is na there are different kinds of weaknesses, but mapuslan Japanese sila kay naa sila'y purpose. And it can also supplied with nutritious feeds if you're going to manage them well to ensure or to reach the maximum productivity. So now I'm going to discuss the standard breeds of swine commonly raised in the world today. So the first one that we have is lard or ham type breads. So lard or ham type breads have thick, fat, and wide body conformation. O ang usa ka swine nga nabilong ani is ang Duroc Jersey. Duroc Jersey, the color of this pig is dark red. As you can see the picture, I already provide pictures so that we can figure out the surface or the skin of this kind of bread para di na ta maglisod. So the color of these pigs is dark red with shades golden yellow. It comes from New Jersey. So gitawag siya og Duroc Jersey because it comes from New Jersey. So the Duroc Jersey, it is good producer of milk and makes a good mother. Why? Why the Duroc Jersey makes a good mother? Because there are some swine or there are some hogs na they cannot manage well their piglets. Musugot lang sila nga mahigdaan nila ang ilahang ang ilang anak ug mahinungdan nga mamatay ug dili unay ubang mga, and there are some pigs or swine na dili sila makapatutoy ug maayo sa ilahang piglets ug mao'y hinungdan nga mamatay ang ilahang piglets. But the Duroc Jersey is different. Duroc Jersey makes a good mother, and Duroc pigs are good for breeding in large part of their litter size. As you can see the body of the Duroc Jersey, it is a body conformation, have thick and wide body conformation. So while typical pigs will produce of litters of 5 to 10 piglets, but the Duroc Jersey will produce liters of 10 to 15 piglets. Wow. And there are some hog farmers, and most of the hog farmers favor Duroc Jersey because the breed constantly yields plenty, like dako siya abot kung kani ang imuhang buhion nga kinds of bread because of the high quality of meat. So dili lang siya good mother o dili lang siya makaproduce og milk o dili lang siya kanang makaproduce og 10 to 15 piglets, but the Duroc Jersey has a high quality of meat. So if you're going to make a business or to raise a swine, I can recommend you this kind of bread, the Duroc Jersey. Dili jud ka magmahay kay grabe ang iyahang prolific siya nga kinds of bread. Okay, next, the Hampshire. This pig is black with a white band. It comes from Kentucky. So as you can see the picture, it looks smaller than other breeds because of its short leg. But the Hampshire pig has heavily muscle and lean meat. Bread is the most recorded breed of the pigs in the United States. One of the most popular pigs in America. So bisan tuod gamay siya tanawon tungod sa iyang because of its short leg, but Hampshire can produce lean meat bread, or it has heavily muscle. Like cute ki siya tanawon no, kay ang part sa iyang body kay white paingon sa front sa iyang feet. The rest sa iyang likod, the entire body is black, and also the head kanang sa iyang ulo is black. Cute siya tan-awon. Og nabilong siya sa lard or ham type breads because the Hampshire has thick, fat, and wide body conformation. Next is Poland China. This bread comes from Ohio. It consists of various kinds such as Chester White and Berkshire. This pig is black with 6 white spots on its feet, face, and tail. It has thick even the flesh. So the Poland China, it is a popular meat animal in South America and in the United States, particularly in the Midwest corn belt. So ganina a while ago, akong gi-present nga picture is sa Hampshire is ang ihang body part sa iyahang lawas kay white paingon sa ubos, but the Poland China is different. Like ang iyahang body part sa iyaha, ang white sa iyahang body part is sa iyahang feet ug sa iyahang simod puti ug sa the rest is black na siya. Ug kani nga Poland China na belong sa Poland China breed, na belong sa lard or ham type breeds because it has a thick even the flesh. It can also produce meat, heavily muscled also, as well, and it has a thick even the flesh, is what I've said. Okay, so the next is spotted Poland China. Spotted Poland China, this breed is similar to the Poland China type. It is a 50% black and 50% white. So kani siya nga breed is mura gi-improve pa nila sa Poland China or ang kani nga breed mo hinungdan nga ang ilahang difference lang with that so is ang ilahang surface sa ilahang panit. Like ang Poland China kay ang sa body part lang niya is ang white sa iyang simod ug ang iyahang upat ka tiil, but the spotted Poland China is looks different kay sa body parts niya is 50% black and 50% white, but the same lang sila og kanang makaproduce lang gyapon sila og good meat, and it has holes. The spotted Poland China also it has a thick and body and wide body conformation. Okay, the next that we have is the Chester White. Chester White, this breed comes from Pennsylvania. It has white hair and skin. It weighs around 900 lbs. 900 lbs equivalent of 408.230 kilograms. Wow! Or more when grown up. Mas mudako pa siya kung mutubo pa. Kung mutubo pa siya, mas mubugat pa siya. So the Chester White, the strength of the Chester White have kept their popularity with thousands of more produced. Not only are they preferred by producer, but packers prefer animals with white skin and proven to be superior in the muscle quality. So we can obviously know sa iyahang structure ani nga kinds of breed sa pagtan-aw lang nato muratag ma-inganyo. Okay, next is Ohio Improved Chester. This breed is similar to the Chester White in color, have good mothering ability. Like same lang gyapon sila sa Chester White, but kani siya nga breed is good mothering ability. Kibali mauni siya ang kang nagproduce og mga piglets kani nga kinds of sa Chester White. Kani nga breed mas gi-improve pa sa Ohio ang Chester White. Okay, and next that we have Hereford. Hereford, this breed comes from Missouri. It has a white head, ears, and tail. The rest of the body is light or dark red. As you can see the picture, ang color niya is naay body parts sa iyahang white o the rest is red. Cute po siya tanaw, no? Then ang Hereford are easy to pasture. Easy to pasture but also gain efficient. Many advantages to meat quality, especially the pork balls which produce a darker red. A darker red meat. So, ang mga hog farmers, ganahan sad sila aning kinds of breeds which is ang Hereford kay especially sa ilahang pork which produce a darker red meat. Mo produce siya og kana bitaw sa iyahang meat like murag red bitaw. Mao ni siya ang Hereford. So, ang Hereford can adapt to a variety climate. So this kind of pet is very tremendous or extraordinary because maka-adapt siya og lain-lain nga climate. Ang mga this kind of pet can adapt a variety of climate. While unlike sa uban nga mga pets is kung lain ang panahon, ang ilahang health kay dili pud siya insakto like magkasakit, but kini nga this kind of breed is different. They can adapt variety of climate. Mao nang ang ubang mga hog farmers is ganahan sad ani kay easy to pasture, dali ra siya buhion, and it can also gain efficient meat. So, those are the lard or ham type breeds. So, they fatten quickly if we take them efficiently. This was considered desirable for improved taste and keeping quality of the pork. And now, let us proceed the second type of breeds, which is the bacon or meat type breeds. So, bacon or meat type breeds have long and rounded bodies with thin fat. Okay, ang nabilong ana ang swine is the Yorkshire. This breed is one of the most superior breeds in the litter size and mothering ability. This breed is a native from northern England and mostly raised in Canada, England, Scotland, and Ireland. These pigs have white skin, as you can see the picture. So, ang Yorkshire is the most recorded breed of swine in the United States. The Yorkshire are very durable and muscular with a high proportion of lean meat and low back fat. Tungod sa iyang kagamay or kanipis nga tambok or ang fat niya, makakuan nindot siya himuon og mga bacon or meat type. O mao na siyang mao hinungdan nga nabilong siya sa bacon or meat type breeds kay kanang ang kaning Yorkshire is a durable and muscle with a high proportion of lean meat and low back fat. And next is Landrace. This breed is excellent in litter size and mothering ability and performs well in confinement. Pure white color with a long body and an almost flat back. This breed comes from Denmark. So Landrace are known for their length of the body, like taas ang iyang lawas. Nindot po siya imuon og kanang ay nindot din siya na siya purpose nga kinds of breed. Labi na sa bacon. And high percentage of carcass weight in the arm and loin. Landrace are fully fixed sows that farrow large pegs and which are exceptionally heavy milkers. Munang mga hog farmers or mga hog farmers is ganahan sila ani kay tungod sa iyang katason, sa iyang lawas ug maka-produce gyapon siya high percentage of carcass. And next that we have is Tamworth. The body of this breed is light or dark red, as you can see the picture. It has a long narrow head and an erect ears. Its meat is good for making bacon. Ang kani siya nga breed is intended lang gini siya for bacon. The Tamworth was traditionally considered a bacon breed, meaning that the pigs thrive on low energy foods but grow slowly. Hinay ang ihang process sa iyang pagtubo. They produce meat and bacon that was lean and fine grain. Bisan tuod og hinayang pagtubo or dili siya healthy, but pwede gyapon siya nga it is also considered a bacon or bacon bread. Kani siya nga bread is looks cute, no? Kay ang pula siya sa tanan, pula ang iyang, the entire body of this kind of bread is red, and it has also a narrow head. So mo ni siya nabilong siya sa bacon or meat because mo to siya ang Landrace, Yorkshire, and Tamworth na belong siya sa bacon or meat type breads because have long and rounded bodies with thin fat. Mo ni siya ang mo ni ang purpose sa bacon. Bisan tuod na mga weaknesses, na mga different kinds of strengths and weaknesses, but naadya pun sila'y purpose. So those are the bacon. Once again, those are the bacon or meat type of breads. The next that we have is the intermediate type breads. The number one is Bergjala. This is an coarse bread of natural jala stock of Rizal and the Berkshire stock. It was developed at the College of Agriculture, Los Baños. The cross breeding resulted in a strong stock or bread. So, muna siya ang mga example sa mga Bergjala. Kasi kan si nako gi-present ka picture. Muna siya ang mga example sa Bergjala. Mga crossbreed na siya. Sagad muna siya nag-exist karon sa ato sa Pilipinas. Like wala man tay kanang bitawng original na bread kay lain-lain na mga kaliwat nga na breeding. So, kung makakita tag if you are kung makakita tag inana nga kinds of bread, automatic ang tawag na is Bergjala. And the number 2 is cross bread. So what I've said, this refer to pigs produced by mating two different of breeds. Muna siya ang nag-exist karon. So what I've said, nag-exist karon nga nanay-lain-lain color ang baboy. Muna siya gitawag og cross breed. Kung ang two different breeds is gi-breeding sila. Sayon na siya i-identify nga kana siya is cross breed. Since that we are almost done discussing kinds of swine, now let us proceed to breeds of cattle. So there are various breeds of cattle found in the Asia, Europe, and America. So the first cattle that we have is the Philippine cattle, the most popular in Batangas, which is the lowest, with medium height and width. It has wide hooves, short legs, and fine bones. Usually makita nato ni siya sa mga bukid o dili lang sa Batangas or sa Manila nga dapit makita nato ni siya nga kinds of cattle. We can also seen sa ato ang surroundings kani nga Philippine cattle. Philippine cattle also mas ilado siya nga working animals. And next is American Brahman. This breed is popular for its meat and its hump on the shoulder. It is grayish white with low spindulous skin along the dewlap and under the throat down to its forelegs. Horn curved backward and upward. This kind of cattle looks different because sa ihang shoulder is naay hump. Pero sagad dili na to siya makita sa Philippines sagad mostly sa makita nato ni siya sa American. Obvious no kay iyang ngalan is American Brahman. And next is Ridge Hindi. The breed which originated from Pakistan is a good source of beef and milk. So this kind of breeds of cattle can produce good source of beef and milk. Unlike sa uban, there are some cattle that they can produce good source of beef, but they cannot produce good source of milk. But this kind of cattle is different. Dili lang siya makaproduce good source of beef, but the Ridge Hindi can also produce good source of milk. And there are some hog I no, there are some cattle farmers prefer this kind of bread kay daghan siyang purpose ba, daghan siyang purpose ka-produce siya og kaning, as what I've said, beef, good source of beef, and also milk. And next is Nilor. This breed of cattle is good source of meat. It can be trained as a working animals because it is strong and active. The color ranges from gray to white with black swat. So kaning kinds of this kind of breed is can also produce good source of milk, meat. Pwede siya nga ma-train, dali ra siyang tudloan para mahimo siyang working animals because it is strong and active, unlike sa uban nga cattle kay luya labi nagmainitan siya, dili siya kanang dali ra siyang maluya ug dili siya pwede nga mahimong working animals. But this kind of breed of cattle is very interesting. Makaproduce a good source of meat, and it can also train as a working animals because of its strong and active. And next is Santa Gertrudis. This is an imported breed that can adapt to the hot climate of our country. They are prolific like the native cattle. Like this kind of breed is very important, very expensive when it comes of their meat. And also this kind of cattle is different because it can adapt hot climate of our country. The same sa katong sa hog or sa swine, ang katong Hereford. It is easy to pasture and also can also adapt a variety of climate. Same sila, parehasad sila color, red. So they are prolific like the native cattle. Mostly of the cattle, which is the native cattle, is very prolific and very expensive and imported. So if you're going to raise a business, or as what I've said sa atoang ganina nga gidiscuss sa swine, o maghimo tag business of like sa cattle o magbuhi ta cattle, I can recommend you this kind of cattle or this kind of breeds of cattle, the Santa Gertrudis. Once again, this is an imported breed that can adapt to the hot climate of our country, and they are prolific like the native cattle. The last one is Terparker. Terparker, this breed of cattle is raised for daily purposes and used as a working animals. It grayish or white color and small horns. So sagad jud ang gamit jud ani nga kinds of breed is raised for daily purposes, as what the module says, as used as working animals. And that's all for today. We are now educated about the types of breeds of swine and cattle, and I hope that you have learned something to my report. That's all, and God bless everyone.